Welcome to While You Were Pooping, where you can learn fun facts in just the time it takes you to number 2. If you enjoy the show, rate, subscribe, and share with a friend. The more you share, the more we can bring to you. Today we're uncovering a little-known chapter of U.S. history that sounds like something out of a spy novel. The time the United States planned to invade Canada. Yeah, you heard that right. Let's dig into War Plan Red and the surprising preparations for a war that never happened.
While you were pooping, yeah. While you were pooping, while you were pooping, yeah. While you were pooping.
In the 1930s, tensions between global powers led many nations to develop contingency plans for unlikely scenarios. For the United States, one of these plans was War Plan Red, a military strategy to prepare for war with the British Empire, which included Canada. The plan wasn't just theoretical. It outlined a detailed invasion of Canada in case Britain used it as a base to attack the U.S. The U.S. Army's strategy was ambitious. It involved capturing key Canadian cities, including Halifax, Montreal, and Toronto. Halifax was critical because its port would allow Britain to send reinforcements, while taking control of Montreal and Toronto would cut Canada's transportation and supply lines. The plan also included bombing raids and naval blockades to cripple British support. But the wildest part? Canada had its own counterplan, known as Defense Scheme No. 1. Developed by Canadian defense strategist James Sutherland Brown in 1921, the plan called for a surprise invasion of the northern U.S. The idea was to capture cities like Seattle, Minneapolis, and Albany to delay American forces, giving Britain time to send reinforcements. Of course, these plans never saw the light of day. By the time World War II began, the U.S. and Canada were close allies, working together to support Britain and the Allied powers. The thought of invading each other became laughable as the two nations formed one of the most peaceful and cooperative borders in the world. Still, the existence of War Plan Red and Defense Scheme No. 1 is a fascinating reminder of how geopolitical strategies can seem bizarre in hindsight. It's proof that even the closest allies once had to consider the unthinkable. So, the next time you cross the border or watch a hockey game, remember, there was once a time when the US and Canada weren't just neighbors. They were hypothetical adversaries. That's all for today's episode. Join us during your next poo when we drop another nugget or two for your enjoyment. And when your friends ask, "How do you know that?" just let them know you learned it while you were pooping.
Yeah. While you were pooping, while you were pooping.